Welcome to Nexth Press News, where innovation, markets, and technology intersect. Tonight, we dive into the world of AI as Michael Burry clashes with Palantir CEO Alex Karp over short bets, reigniting the debate on sky-high AI valuations. Meanwhile, investing legend Warren Buffett steps back, passing the Berkshire Hathaway baton to Greg Abel. In media, Paramount is gearing up for a $1.5 billion TV expansion after its Skydance merger, while China shatters its annual orbital launch record, sending 9 new satellites into orbit. On the financial front, Chinese internet lenders cautiously expand as Beijing eases regulations, even as Eurozone investor confidence dips, signaling persistent economic stagnation. And in AI competition, Anthropic sets its sights on profitability by 2027, aiming to leap ahead of OpenAI in the race for the future of artificial intelligence. AI market clash. Burry versus Palantir. Tonight, tensions flare on Wall Street's digital battlefield, and the sparks are flying between the Big Short legend Michael Burry and Palantir's outspoken CEO Alex Karp. What began as a few bold words has now exploded into a full-blown war of tweets, interviews, and ideology, all centered on one burning question: is the AI boom built to last? Last week, Karp called Burry's bearish bets on AI stocks, quote, batshit crazy, during a CNBC appearance, and over the weekend, Burry hit back hard. On X, he mocked Karp's grasp of financial filings, writing that Palantir's so-called ontology can't even decipher a simple 13F, the regulatory disclosure form used by top fund managers. But Burry didn't stop there. He doubled down with a jab straight from philosophy. A fundamental principle of any rigorous model, philosophical or data-driven, is knowing when your information set is too weak for valid conclusions. The market's watching closely, because this isn't just a personality clash. It's a mirror of the bigger debate rattling investors worldwide. Are AI valuations reaching unsustainable heights? Or are we still in the early innings of a tech revolution? One thing's certain: when Michael Burry and Alex Karp trade words, Wall Street listens. Buffett signs off. A legendary era ends. A monumental chapter in American business history turns its final page. Warren Buffett, the Oracle of Omaha, the man who built Berkshire Hathaway from a struggling textile mill into a $1 trillion powerhouse, says it's time to go quiet. 95, Buffett announced he will no longer write his iconic shareholder letters or take the stage at Berkshire's legendary annual meetings. In his own words, "I'm going quiet." In a letter released Monday, Buffett confirmed that longtime deputy Greg Abel, 63, will officially take over as CEO on January 1st, 2026. Buffett will stay on as chairman, ensuring a steady hand during the transition. He wrote, "I will no longer be writing Berkshire's annual report or talking endlessly at the annual meeting," but added he'll keep one cherished tradition alive: an annual Thanksgiving message to shareholders. It's the end of an era defined by discipline, humility, and generational wealth creation, and the beginning of Berkshire's next chapter under new leadership. For investors and admirers worldwide, Buffett's quiet exit speaks volumes. Paramount's Skydance era begins. Big moves out of Hollywood tonight. Paramount is wasting no time making waves under its new owner, David Ellison's Skydance. Just months after closing the blockbuster $8.4 billion merger, Paramount announced a major expansion of its television studio operations, marking the company's first bold step in its next chapter. In its first earnings report since the deal, Ellison outlined a $1.5 billion investment plan for new programming in 2026, a clear signal that the new Paramount is going all in on content creation. In a letter to shareholders, Ellison promised substantial increases in production at CBS Studios and Paramount TV Studios, with projects not only for Paramount's own streaming platforms, but also for external partners. It's an aggressive play to stay competitive in a crowded streaming battlefield, and a statement that Paramount under Skydance is ready to take center stage once again, China sets new space launch record. China is pushing the boundaries of space once again, this time breaking its own record. On Monday morning, Beijing successfully launched 9 new satellites aboard a Long March 12 rocket from the Hainan International Commercial Aerospace Launch Center. The mission marked China's 72nd orbital launch of 2025, surpassing its previous annual record, and the year isn't even over yet. The satellites are part of the country's state-backed Guoang Internet constellation, now boasting 104 satellites in orbit after this latest deployment. It's the 13th batch in an ambitious plan to create a global high-speed communications network, and a clear message that China's space race momentum shows no sign of slowing down. Eurozone confidence slips as recovery stalls. Investor sentiment across the Eurozone has taken another hit, signaling that the region's economic recovery remains stuck in neutral. According to the latest Sentix Investor Confidence Index, confidence fell to -7.4 in November, down from -5.4 in October, missing market forecasts and underscoring that optimism is fading fast. Both the current conditions and future expectations readings weakened, suggesting that investors see little chance of an autumn rebound. Sentix analysts warned the bloc remains trapped in stagnation, with few signs of renewed growth heading into 2026. Persistent inflation pressures, weak consumer demand, and sluggish industrial output continue to weigh on sentiment, leaving Europe's economic engine idling as global growth shifts elsewhere. China's internet lenders regain momentum. China's fintech giants are making a comeback, this time with Beijing's blessing. After years of regulatory crackdowns, China's major internet lenders, including Ant Group, ByteDance, Tencent, and Meituan, are cautiously expanding their consumer credit operations. The revival follows a new interest subsidy program introduced by Beijing, offering a 1 percentage point rate cut on eligible loans from September 2025 through August 2026. The move marks a significant policy pivot from the tighter oversight that once derailed Ant Group's record-breaking IPO back in 2020. Now, regulators appear to be using fintech as a tool to stimulate consumer spending and economic recovery amid a sluggish domestic economy. But challenges remain. Rising default rates continue to cast a shadow over the sector's rebound, reminding investors that this recovery, while promising, is far from risk-free. Anthropic eyes profit by 2027, leaping ahead of OpenAI. Anthropic is projecting profitability by 2027, potentially outpacing OpenAI by 2 full years. According to financial documents reviewed by the Wall Street Journal and The Information, Anthropic expects up to $70 billion in revenue and $17 billion in cash flow by 2028. The company's disciplined enterprise-first strategy appears to be paying off, focusing on stable, high-value partnerships instead of mass-market consumer tools. Meanwhile, OpenAI's losses are mounting, with projections of up to $14 billion next year, as its infrastructure-heavy consumer model struggles to offset soaring compute costs. The split highlights a defining moment for the AI sector, one firm chasing scale, the other chasing sustainability, as both race to shape the future of artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence tensions heat up as Burry clashes with Palantir, highlighting the risks of sky-high valuations. Buffett steps back, passing Berkshire to Greg Abel, while Paramount doubles down on TV content post-Skydance. China rockets ahead in space, AI, and 6G patents, reshaping global tech leadership. Financial shifts emerge. Chinese internet lenders expand, Eurozone confidence dips, and Anthropic eyes profitability by 2027, outpacing OpenAI. And that's a wrap for today's edition of Nexth Press News, where innovation meets intelligence. I'm Vivi, and it's been a pleasure guiding you through the latest stories shaping AI, business, and the world around us. Stay connected, stay curious, and keep following the Nexth Press interactive newsfeed, where every story comes alive with real-time insights and AI-powered perspective. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time, right here on Nexth iTV+.